Hello, my name is Hunter Ward, and for my first quarter project, I made a model of the ArtQuest black box. This virtual black box will make it possible for almost anyone to learn and program lights during these strange times. The software that I used to design this model is called EOS. It's the lighting software that we use in the black box to control and program these lights for shows. You can move around the model using your arrow keys, as well as holding right-click and moving your mouse. On the right side of the screen here, you can make some adjustments, such as like the quality of the model, and like the amount of ambient light, as well as like the camera position. One of the biggest setbacks or challenges of this project was the first time I tried to make the model, I was using meters instead of feet, which made everything scale very weirdly and made, the figures look very small and strange. Lastly, as a demonstration of the model, I have created several scenes and lit them. One thing that I forgot to mention is that almost every light's location is in almost the exact same place in the actual theater. So with that, thank you for watching.
Hello, my name is Wyne, and this was my theater project. It is a kitsune head, which is a Japanese fox. They're in a lot of Japanese folklore, and they usually have magical powers such as stretching their lifespan so they can live forever, shape-shifting into different animals, and being able to perform magic. This was my concept piece, which is just a sketch of what I wanted it to look like. The orange highlighter represents the red markings or the fur and fleece. And I was pretty happy with this sketch, so I moved on to creating my head base. This head base was assembled with foam and pattern pieces, which I drew out onto the foam, cut it out, and glued everything together. Once everything was glued, I smoothed it down with my scissors in order to give it a better shape, and everything is mounted on top of a balaclava, which protects the wearer's face from having contact with the foam. Once everything was finalized, I moved on to my pattern. So for my pattern, I put duct tape all over the base. And what this duct tape does is once you cut it off, you would flip it over and put it onto the fabric of choice. For me, it's fur. And then you trace that out. And then once you flip that cutout piece over again, it fits exactly how it should onto the base. These black markings are the red fur. And these arrows represent the fur direction. Like an animal, it would be facing away from the nose and going towards the cheeks. Once everything was cut out, I began to pin it onto the base. This is still the remainder of my pattern that I haven't cut out yet, but these are the pieces that have been pinned on. On the right, this is what all of the fur looks like pinned before I began to trim and sew. Once everything was cut out, I could sew. I used a whip stitch to sew all of the facial pieces together, but if I was doing on an area that has more movement, I would use a blanket stitch. So I slowly sewed the pieces together to fit the face. And once that was sewn, I could glue. On the left, that's everything sewn and pinned. In the middle, this is what it looks like all glued together. I started to sew the mouth closed. On the right image, the mouth is not closed yet. I also opted to add in whiskers, which are made out of plastic, and they are just glued underneath the fur so that they don't come out. With the eyes, teeth, and tongue, I machine sewed my teeth and my tongue. My eyes are just basic black mesh, and the teeth were sewn in with a hidden stitch to the mouth. I spent 30 days working on this. I'm auctioning it off, starting at $700, which they have more tiers in order to upgrade it. So here's my airbrushing around the face and on the nose. This is the tongue, and you could see it around the mouth as well. There's some more airbrushing that you can see. There's black around the eyes, red in order to fix up the markings a little bit and then hide the hidden stitches. This is a close-up of the mouth. You could see the tongue. The teeth are a little bit crooked since I sewed them in wonky, but that's all right. This is a close-up of the eye. This black piece right here is just a piece of fleece that's securely glued in so it can't come out. These whiskers are also in the eyebrow. This is the interior of the head. It's sewn with a blanket stitch in order so nothing separates. This is just red fleece. This is the tongue. It has a piece of Velcro so that it can detach. And this is the interior of the head. It's sewn with a blanket stitch around the outside and a whip stitch along the zipper. Thank you.